Have you ever had one of those days? You know the kind, where everything just seems to go wrong and you end up carrying all that frustration home with you? Well, today we're going to dive into a really powerful skill that can stop a bad day from turning into a bad evening. Let's explore how.
So let's kick things off with a story that I think a lot of us are going to recognize. It's all about how the stress from one part of our lives can just bleed into another, and what happens when it crosses the threshold of our own front door.
It always starts somewhere, right? Maybe it was a project that went completely sideways, or a super tense meeting with your boss, or maybe it's just that overwhelming feeling that you're falling behind. Honestly, the source doesn't even matter that much. It's the feeling it leaves you with that counts.
And it never stops there, does it? Nope. The frustration just builds. Someone cuts you off in traffic on the way home, and that one little annoyance just piles right on top of the mountain of stress you're already carrying.
So by the time you finally pull into your driveway, it's not just frustration or annoyance anymore. The source material here puts it perfectly. The feeling is simple. You are just mad.
And this is the moment everything changes. You walk through that door, but you don't bring your best self with you. You bring the anger. You don't yell, you don't scream, you're just quiet. But that silence, it is loud.
And instantly, everyone feels it. The entire energy in the house just shifts. Your family starts walking on eggshells around you. They can sense the storm clouds gathering, so they give you a wide berth, just hoping not to be the one that triggers the downpour. The whole house just goes quiet and tense.
But all that built-up pressure, it has to go somewhere, right? And in these situations, it almost never finds its way back to the person or the thing that actually caused it. Instead, it finds the nearest, and often the most vulnerable, target.
And here it is, our trigger. It's something small, something totally normal. Your child didn't do so great on a test and needs to get their report card signed. You know, a moment that really requires patience and a little guidance.
Let's just watch how this plays out. This timeline, it brilliantly shows the collision course. Your child's bad news and your bad day were on track to meet all along. She cautiously approaches, and then at 6:21 p.m., bam, it happens. All the anger from your boss, from the traffic, from the entire day, it gets unleashed on her, all over a few bad grades.
Okay, let's just stop. Right there. In the quiet after that outburst, after the tears and the hurt feelings, this is the moment we need to pause and really look at what just happened.
It's a simple question, but, the answer is pretty clear, isn't it? The reaction was totally out of proportion to the situation. The anger wasn't really about the grades at all.
And this leads us to the most important question of all. Is there another way? Could this entire painful interaction have been avoided? The answer is a definite yes.
The solution lies in learning a specific mental skill. Now, this isn't about ignoring your feelings or pretending you didn't have a bad day. It's about managing them so they don't manage you. It's the art of compartmentalizing.
So what's really interesting here is just how simple the concept is. Compartmentalization. It's like having mental boxes. You take the stress and anger from your workday, and you consciously decide to put it in the work box before you walk into your home box.
So how do you actually do it? Well, it's basically a three-step process. First, on your drive home, you acknowledge it. Wow, I am really mad about what happened at work. Second, you mentally place it somewhere else. Imagine leaving it in the car or putting it on a shelf by the front door. The key is you decide it doesn't come inside with you. And then third, you consciously engage with the present moment, with your family, your home, your evening.
So why go through all this effort? Because the payoff is enormous. This isn't just about avoiding an argument here and there. It's about fundamentally protecting and strengthening the most important relationships in your life.
And this just lays it out so perfectly, the two paths. Without this skill, stress spills over, relationships get strained, and you just react to triggers. But with it, you become fully present at home. Your relationships are actively protected. And instead of just reacting, you're able to respond with thought, with patience, and with love, even when you're faced with a bad report card.
The source material for this explainer boils it all down to a really powerful concept, captured by the word yancha. The idea is that managing your emotional world doesn't just prevent bad moments. It actively builds stronger, more resilient connections with the people you love. It strengthens relationships.
So the next time you have one of those days, as you're heading home, I want you to think about this. You have a choice. You can carry the weight of the day inside with you, or you can choose to set it down at the door. The only question is, what will you choose to leave behind?